T-Boys TV, we're here for what a flipping surprise. Another defeat to Sunderland. Going into it, I was a bit optimistic. Got called that a couple of years ago when we played Nottingham Forest, ended up beating them. I said a 2-2 draw, but obviously won that game. But yeah, I was very optimistic in today's result. Obviously a 2-0 defeat, didn't even score. I mean, the lineup, Matt Bloomfield, you can't put too much pressure on him because at the end of the day, he's come in too late. And the board, I'm going to touch on the board later on. Yeah, so trust me, I'm getting into them. But yeah, the lineup, he got it wrong tonight. You have to be honest. I mean, surprise Walters started in this game, I'll be honest, because, we've seen in recent weeks he's not quite strong on the ball. Like, going forward, he's brilliant, but he's not strong enough on the ball when he has them individual moments. Like, look at when we played QPR, lost 2-1. The last game before Rob Edwards obviously departed, and you look at the first goal they got in that game and how easy that was. Yeah, it was maybe a bit controversial, handball or whatever, but the fact is he's got done way too easy off the ball. So Hashioka come in, especially against Oxford, bar the first goal, I thought he was one of our better players, and even then that weren't, that was a marking mistake he done. Actually tackling one-on-one, I think he'd have been much more beneficial tonight. Johnson obviously played. I mean, at first I was a little bit surprised. Again, it seemed like a couple of weeks ago, especially in the window, we were maybe going to loan him out. But he done all right, to be fair to him today. I think he done okay, like especially in the first half. A few good crosses. He was actually taking set pieces, which is quite interesting. I know, he tries it from open play, but seeing him doing from set pieces was quite interesting. We nearly scored from one. Obviously, it was a great save from Morris header, but Morris up front, I mean, I called for it, but this is the issue with the way Bloomfield plays. And I said it when we signed him, or appointed him, shall I say, the one up front situation. We see earlier on in the season, it don't work with one up front for us. I remember coming out of the Sheffield Wednesday game, the home game, and saying we need to play two up front. It's not going to work if you're going to put Morris up front. It's just not going to work because he brings up that holding play dimension, but then he's not doing anything with it. And like, we've had 10 odd days or whatever on the training pitch, and you see on the corners in the first half, no one's like up there if we can try and counter attack. It's frustrating. It's like, what are we doing? Like, where are the options? Why is Ali or someone with a bit of pace not up there? Looking at how the game went, probably would have been better for Elijah to start. Probably wouldn't have made a difference because he's not on great form. He's got less goals than Morris, but just a different dimension. Someone who has a bit of pace, can bring a different element. But yeah, I didn't really agree with that. Dabo, Lamine, come on, guys, right? The guy has played 3 games in England. Why is he starting this game away from home? Nakamba, someone with experience, should be coming in and... Yes, Nakamba does clumsy tackles every now and then, but Lamine does. If you put bets on, whoever you would have seen to start out Lamine or Nakamba, you'd have put them to get a yellow card. I've been saying for a while, we need to get a CDM in, definitely in summer, another one. Because they both have their worrying moments like that. But Lamine, he's raw to this league. All England as a whole, he shouldn't be coming in and just starting these games, in my opinion. Look at Sheffield Wednesday last week. He had a good game up until he gave away the penalty. He does them little individual mistakes. Look at the second goal Sunderland got today. It's poor control. I don't know what he's doing. You look at things like that and it's just getting frustrating, guys, now. It's a repetitive cycle, week upon week, individual crap mistakes. And I actually thought the centre-back partnership done okay today, Anderson and McGuinness. And I want to see that be the stick partnership going forward because... I look at the left side. Yes, Johnson was okay today, but he's still got a lot to learn. I don't want to see Bell starting many games coming on to the end of the season, if any, because the last couple of games have been crap. Oxford away, terrible. Just sat off and let the guy run at him. I want to see Naismith in left back, but he come on in centre back tonight. So it looks like when he does come on, he's going to go in centre back. Good teams, they keep a core of a centre back squad, players together. And I think them two are the ones going forward. I think they've shown good glimpses. I think Anderson was actually good in the first half. McGuinness, solid blocks. There was a moment he got done, but then he redeemed himself with a sliding block. And he loves a slide tackle, doesn't he? And like I've said, I said it yesterday on the Hat Show, he'd definitely be a future captain for us. Whether we stay up or not, he'll be at the club because he's only just joined. But yeah, it's just frustrating. Individual mistakes costing us again. And now I'm going to go onto the board. right? It's looking very likely that we're going to go down. Yes, I looked at our results and I do think we've got favourable home games. Taking away obviously Sheffield United, Leeds. We've got Portsmouth at home, Plymouth at home. They're games we need to win. We can't come out of them with no wins. And then we've got a few other games where we got good records against certain teams at home, like Middlesbrough, but they're not going to be easy games, guys. And the board left it too long with Rob Edwards. Handed in his resignation, twice, apparently. He definitely done it after the Middlesbrough game. I think that was obvious with how his post-match was. And we didn't press the button. They persisted with him. And we've left it too long now that Bloomfield, he ain't going to be able to turn it around for me, guys, if this continues. Because we're so lacklustre away. We're just so crap. It's so bad. At home, we're lucky at times to win. The Watford game is the only good performance. And Sunderland, obviously, in the reverse fixture. But we didn't win that game, guys. And individual crap mistakes, we just sit back, we let teams go at us, and we're so predictable. Long ball FC, the last game against Sunderland, their fans were saying we're long ball FC. And at first, because it was a better performance, alongside the Watford game, compared to what we saw earlier in the season, we were like, oh, no, there was good passages of play on the ball. But since then, it has been long ball FC. It's so predictable what we're going to do, and it's just so frustrating as a fan to see this over and over and over and over flipping again. Like that second half, I couldn't be asked to watch towards the end of it. I'll be honest, guys, because it's just so shit. You know what I mean? You know what's going to happen. And again, another difficult game, guys, on the weekend. They don't get any better. We've got Sheffield United. And for me, that just depends what Sheffield United turn up. But they don't even need to turn up. Because half these flipping teams don't need to turn up against us. The reverse fixture, we fucked that up. We put Jordan Clark up front. Rio Walters left back. What are we doing? And then obviously, a lot of other away games. Leeds, yeah, they're the best team in the league. But Leeds, they didn't. It was a training session for them. Sunderland, large parts of that game, it was a training session. The only good chance we had was the Morris header. And even then, fair enough to the linesman spotting the alley offside. I thought he was okay today. Getting his raw to the Championship. He's got a lot to learn, but he showed good glimpses, to be fair to him. But up front, man, it's just so bad. And, Nordas, he looks like a good player. I mean, he was only on for a couple of minutes, but he looks like, he's tall. He's quite quick as well. But he hasn't had a pre-season, so he ain't going to play a lot of games, starting and stuff. So it's just frustrating, guys. It's just the same repetitive story. And, the shots we were having, other than that great chance, Clark rushing at it, Brown rushing at it. Take a touch. What are we doing, boys? Like Sunderland, right, they've been great this season. They've been much better than I thought they would. However, they do concede a lot of goals outside the box. Look at the goal Watford scored against them, right? Why are we rushing it? Seriously, we get a goal, you never know. We could have maybe got something. Momentum could have swung our way, but it didn't. We were so poor yet again, and the board have let this go on too long, and the board have screwed us over. It's as simple as that. Yes, 9 times out of 10, I'd say they've done great things for the club, but this year they've been terrible. Absolutely terrible with this situation with Rob Edwards. Not even the signings for me. I thought the January window was fairly decent, because because they've let it go on for too long, we've had to sign players that are capable of doing it in League One going forward. Obviously Asgard was shown to do that for Wigan. Bowler's got experience. Them type of players will still be with us. Naismith, I'm not sure because it's only a loan. But them players we have obviously signed. I mean, Bowler is to the end of the season as well, but we could do with his experience. I think he should have started tonight, I'll be honest. And again, Ali was good. He was good, to be fair to him. But, when you're going Sunderland away, a team that are on form, they got their own mini-league with 3 other teams. I think you need to go for it and flipping use your experience. Because we need the points. We needed the points more than them tonight. Because they've got a gap. Do you know what I mean? A massive gap between them and the other teams. Obviously, but below them. And as for us, we're in a relegation battle like we have been the whole season, and we're flipping 24th now. Plymouth have just won 5-1. That Liverpool win has done massive confidence for them. That could always go one or two ways. Sometimes you think they'll be overconfident in their next game, but slapped Millwall up. You know, and I know Millwall are very hit and miss at times, but, you know, at least they're not in a relegation battle. Do you know what I mean? Like Luton, for example. So, it's just so bad yet again. And, yeah, I don't think Lamine should have started. Bloomfield got his team selection wrong. And the board have screwed us over because they've allowed this for too long. So, that's what I think. Let me know your thoughts on everything I've discussed. Obviously, you know, if you're a Sunderland fan, you're going to be loving it. Luton fan, same rubbish. Neutral fan, if you watched it, let me know your thoughts on it. But yeah, oh mate, it's just so bad again. And shout out to my dad quickly, you know, the most optimistic Luton fan sometimes. And he, you know, even he said it lost today. So that's how you know it's an absolute shower of shit at this football club really at the moment. So yeah, smash a like, subscribe, follow me across all my socials. Subscribe to the Extra channel. Take care. Peace.